What's up, YouTube? Okay, so I'm gonna have a couple videos uploaded for you guys today. First one is actually loading at the moment. It's just a tin opening I did with my buddy. This is my Halloween deck that I was gonna try to show you guys on Halloween. The batteries for the camera died. Never got around to buying batteries. Picked some up today. This is actually the deck I'm playing at regionals tomorrow over in San Jose. I'm not really worried about showing you guys because I don't have a whole lot of subscribers, so I doubt the very few I have are going to be like, oh, he's playing this. I know exactly how to play against him. If anything, this deck just has a lot of answers. I'll go over the cards right now. There's really a whole lot of things you can do with it. I'll explain why I have card choices as always, and basically, things the deck can do. Okay, so it can't be zombies without zombies. So you have Double Goblin Zombie, Mizuki, Spirit Reaper, Zombie Master, Plague. That's it for the zombie lineup. I had Triple Goblin Zombie, but I took it out to mess with some of the tech. And, if I was running traps, I probably would run triple with like double torrential because he's a great searcher, but that's just not the case for the moment. So you have those guys, triple Thunder King Ryo, Doom Caliber Knight, double Lila, double Raikou. This might turn into a 3-1, probably 3 Raikou, 1 Lila. Then you have Honest, Birdman, DD Warrior Lady, Cyber Dragon, Envoy, Chaos Sorcerer, Caius. You have the Tour Guide engine, 2 Tour Guide, 1 Sangan. You don't need Night Assailant. Honestly, there's just better cards you can play over it. Raikou, for example, does the same thing, only he fills up my graveyard. Granted, I don't like milling, but that's just, he's the only card I can use for that purpose. Hand Traps. You have 2 Veiler, 1 Gorz, 2 Trag, 1 Maxi. It's amazing. You have so many answers to stop your opponent from going off. Veiler, Maxi, that just stops any pushes they're trying to make. 1 Treacherous. I took it from Simon He. I actually always have this card in my binder. I just don't utilize it a whole lot because normally I have more than 1 trap, and this card can only be used with no traps in the grave. 2 MST, 2 Lance, 1 Heavy. Essentially, the Lances also act as MST, so if you're playing someone with heavy back row and you're not really worried about a warning, this card's perfectly fine to go into. Then you have double Duality for searching out your combos. 1 Reborn, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Allure. Extra deck, you have Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Thought Ruler, Black Rose, Gaia Knight, Revive King Hades, Magical Android, Catastor, Armory Arm, Maestroke, Photon Papilloperative, Topia, Levier of the Sea Dragon, number 17 Leviathan Dragon. I'm sorry about the glare. Chimera Tech, Wind Up Zenmains, and then my Gorz token. Okay, so how the deck works. When you're running a lot of floaters like Goblin Zombie and Sangan, obviously you don't want to have Thunder King on the field. This is a great opening play because they don't know what you're playing right off the bat. They just assume it's some kind of anti-meta, which the deck essentially is. Doom Caliber, the same thing. If I don't open Thunder King, I have a good chance of opening up Doom Cal. And granted, they can just pop him with like a Maxi or something. Sometimes I'm baiting that out just so I can set up a Chaos play with like Envoy or Sorcerer. So that's essentially that. Why Caius? Good spot removal. And he's just a great answer. I don't really have enough. If I was running Call the Haunted, I probably would try to run 2, but this deck is slow paced. Like, it can explode very well at times, but at the same time, you conserve your plays. You sit behind huge trags, which you protect with Lance, and you just go off and you swing big. Like, this deck has so many answers. I hate Light Swarms, but it's a necessary evil in this deck. The Raikous get rid of any problem card I have, assuming they don't Shockmaster me. And then the same thing with Lila. I mean, if you open Lila and Lance, you're getting rid of 2 problem cards on the back. Summon Lila, they attempt to like bottomless or torrential. Lance, then you go off and use her effect, pop a card, and then fill up your graveyard. The bad thing about milling is sometimes I get the worst mills. We're talking like Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and Envoy. They all get milled, and then I'm just like, oh, well, it's a good thing I got a lot of boss monsters. I was running 2 Cyber Dragons, but I took one out for the second track. I might switch it back because this deck, believe it or not, does amazing against Giria. You have triple Thunder King Ryo, so you kind of have that answer every time. So it's easy to go into Chimera Tech, and I like that when I have 2 Cyber Dragons, I have that high possibility of drawing into it. And as for the single Honest, the deck is running like 14 Dark, 13 Lights. You have a lot of targets, Sometimes a Lila or Cyber Dragon, that lone one out there, they'll try to swing big, and then you drop Honest. They have nothing to do but just wait till next turn. The Maxi is something I just added to it. As if I keep it, I'm going to play test a little bit today and see how it works. This would probably be the first candidate to go over Cyber Dragon, and this just might be sideboard. Typical tour guide engine, use it to get into your Levier, Leviathan Dragon, Zenmaines. Usually I go for Levier because with the Chaos deck, you have great cards that are reusable, like DD Warrior Lady. Let's say they go into Zenmaines. I use her, banish her, open, tour guide the next turn, use tour guide to get Levier, Levier gets CD Warrior Lady. It's a great answer for getting rid of problem cards all the time. Everything else, there's nothing really special about the deck. It's a lot of good generic cards that have great synergy together. They're all light and darks except for like Mizuki and Maxi, but everything else coincides quite well with each other. The deck can special summon. It has so many answers. I can just do so much with it. The sideboard is essentially what I find myself going into most often because I had Librarian in here. I had Ancient Fairy Dragon who just got dropped for Stardust Dragon because I feel like Stardust Dragon has more utility, and I might actually make him more often, with Torrential and Mirror Force being it too. The reason Thought Roller is usually put in over him is because I always feel like people think they're safe behind Compulse and Deprison, and this guy just wrecks them. They don't even read the cards, so they just waste traps getting, fooled with them. That's basically it. I'm going to do a binder update. You guys have any questions? Which I doubt. This is it, but, this is my Halloween deck. This is the deck I'm playing at Regionals tomorrow, and, I hope I do well. I haven't playtested at all against Spellcasters or Water, but, I don't know, I'm confident that the deck will do what it does, and if it doesn't, well, at least I made a deck I wanted to play. Okay, guys, peace.